hope you're well. So I'm here today to give you a review on the Renau Monotop Collection Camilla. Now she's in colour 22F16. Now if I get her out of the box for you, I have been wearing her for a number of weeks to give you a good overview and feel of the hair from my own point of view. So I'll give you a sort of look around the wig initially, and then obviously I'll show you her on my head. So as you can see, the colour itself is a really beautiful, and I'm just in front of some windows here. There's no lighting on this, there's no editing. This is fresh, sort of filmed to you. So as you can see, the colour is a really beautiful. It has a lot of warmth to it, but has these really nice sort of cold white tones of blonde, which is really beautiful. It's a really natural shade of blonde. Almost like a natural blonde with loads of highlights, which is really, really lovely. And you can see from the way she moves, she is a synthetic piece, but the way she moves is absolutely beautiful. It really does move really nicely, and the fibres are so silky. So she is a purely synthetic piece, so you can't add heat to her. And the fibres are just really, really nice. So as you can see from the way I hold her, she does come with these shorter bangs in the front, and then it goes down in sort of longer face framing layers either side, which is great. And I'll show you inside the cap. Now she is a gorgeous cap, so she's fully hand tied, which is really nice. You have that lovely bit of movement, and obviously if you part it anywhere, put it in a pony, put it in pigtails, you're only going to see your scalp, which is a really nice feature. Now she does come with a really nice double monofilament top, which is again absolutely beautiful. I can sometimes find these a little bit warm in the warmer months, purely because you do have those two layers that kind of keep the heat in. So the winter months absolutely fine, it wouldn't be a problem, but when it is a bit more warm outside, I do personally struggle with the double monofilament because I do feel it is quite hot. Now she has this lovely piece at the front. As you can see, it's almost like a rubber. It's not rubber to feel, but it is rubbery almost, which kind of has that stick, so it's not going anywhere on your head. Now because she has that sort of bangs at the front, she doesn't have a lace front. As you can see, it is a closed lace front. Because you've got those bangs coming from either side, there's almost no need for a lace front. The only thing you couldn't particularly do is if you were to sort of put the fringe backwards, and I will show you in a moment, into like a quiff, you will see that really straight line. Some people are fine with that, but if you want that really realistic hairline, obviously that isn't particularly going to work with this piece. So again, you've got the velvet at the back, which is lovely, with the Velcro adjusters at the side, and then the Velcro side earpieces with the stays in, which are lovely. So if I pop her on to show you, and again, the colour on this is so buttery, it's really, really nice. So I measure 22.5-inch circumference round the circumference of my head, just to give you an understanding. With anything, they always tend to look a bit mad when you first put them on. So if I just get this up my face for the time being and just give her a quick brush. And she's a really nice long piece, which is lovely. But because of her density not being too overwhelming, I do find her really manageable. I don't feel like I'm sort of drowning in her at all. I don't feel like she knots particularly easily, which again is really nice. And if you are looking to sort of move the direction, so as you can see, the direction of these bangs are very much in a sort of curtain style, just from how this is at the moment. For me, if I did want to sort of move the hairline slightly, or maybe if you wanted a sort of if you wanted to turn this into full bangs and potentially trim them, I find it easier to move the fibres in the way that I want it. Because she is synthetic, you can't add heat to her. Just use the heat of your hands. So literally just rub your hands together until they get nice and warm, and just place them sort of on the fibres. Now I'm really happy with this being the way this is, but if you wanted to say basically smooth a bit of this down, warm your hands up and just run it over those fibres, and you'll see in a matter of minutes, it doesn't take long, it just really smooths those fibres down, so you don't have any of that sort of bulkiness, which to be honest, she doesn't have any bulkiness anyway, because she is really quite slick. But just sort of understanding, if you did want to move sort of a bit of this fringe over to the other side, as you can see, it's kind of wanting to go the other way. If if you move it across and add a bit of heat to your hand, and sort of basically just touch it a lot, just so the heat encourages the fibres to go in the direction that you want. You see, it's really, really quite simple. People do panic, I think, sometimes with the synthetic fibres, thinking that they can't be adjusted at all. And obviously the more you play with them, the more you understand what you can do, the more you realise that it's not as, you know, set in stone as it may first seem. So as you can see, you've got those really nice bangs at the front. If you pull this out of the way, there's a big chunk of that that's like, you know, really long bangs. If I pull both of them out of the way, you know, there's quite a bit of section there that could be, if you wanted a full fringe, pulled to the front, trimmed it shorter here, and maybe face frame, which would be really nice. Obviously I've kind of done mine a bit of a swooping motion, which is absolutely fine. So I've not cut her or done anything with her at all. So as you can see, it's really quite pretty. If you did want to sort of put the hair up, because of the colour as well, it's really nice and looks really natural. And also you'd have to pull some hair down to make it look super sleek. But with those bangs, it just adds a little something to the face, which is nice. Either side. And then the rest haven't been sort of chopped into at all. As you can see, there's no sort of feathering or layer into that. It's just that nice long style, which is lovely. So if I show you the back, as you can see, she's got nice movement. The fibres are lovely. Now, as mentioned with the closed lace front, if you were to sort of put the fringe back for any reason, as you can see, you do have that really harsh line. So for me, I wouldn't sort of clip her back. She's very much a sort of fringe gal. I wouldn't clip her back because she does look, you know, you can see that harsh line. She's not really meant to be clipped back in that way. But I have a few times because she does have a really nice hand-tied cap. Done a bit of a half up, half down piece, which looks really lovely. And I'll just sort of demonstrate that quickly. And if you haven't had sort of much experience with a hand-tied cap, they are really versatile. And most sort of wig wearers prefer the style with the hand tie because they're just easy to work with, really. That is really messy, but we'll skim over that. But as you can see, really simple. And it looks like, because it is all hand tied, wherever you do sort of part it, it looks like your scalp and you don't see any of the wefts, which is really lovely. So the colour, the way it is, it's so buttery and it looks so pretty against your skin, and the tones are so natural. It's a really, really nice piece. So as mentioned, this is John Renau, part of the Mono Top collection. This is Camilla in colour 22F16. She's available at Palooka's Salon. I'll put all the details below for you. Any questions, please feel free to message me or Fran. Thanks guys, bye.